Hello everybody, I'm Gianni. Sorry for the fan in the background, but today we have Richmond and Charlotte in the Truck Series and Charlotte in the Xfinity Series, as we're going to jump right into qualifying here for Richmond. As Richmond is not usually one of my good tracks. I'm usually pretty bad at this racetrack, but I had some confidence going in as we've had a pretty good season. We have one win at Atlanta so far. As we dive down into turns 3 and 4. And we're going to go right up to the wall coming off of turns 4, and we're going to beat our goal with a 22.368, and we're going to be qualifying 7th here for Richmond, at Richmond Motor Speedway for the Truck Series. As we take a look through at the starting grid, Karen Gray down there in 22nd, as I forgot to show the pole, and I just kind of went through. As now we're coming to Richmond. Stuart Friesen is well prepared for the race. He's also starting on pole. And Todd Gilliland, he failed optical sanitation multiple times. He is starting at the back. As we're going to come to take the green flag in 7th position here at Richmond. And the green flag is out. We are underway at Richmond. As I'm thinking about getting aggressive early, and I take it 3 wide right on the start of the race. Wasting no time trying to get up to the front, trying to get our second win on the season. As we're battling with a 23 here down the backstretch for the first time today. As we are able to clear the 23 coming off of turn 4. As now we start to settle in, as we have to get around Johnny Sauter and Matt Crafton and Stuart Friesen to get to the lead. As now we're there with the 13 right on his door. We're going to make a little bit of contact with him. I kind of run him up the track. And then I send it down into the corner and cleared the 13. As now we're able to set it in for a little bit. But now the 23 is able to get into our inside and put the pressure on me for third. As I try to pinch him down to the bottom of the track, but it doesn't really work as he passes me as the 13 tries to get up to the inside, but he doesn't. As we come later into the race on lap 5, I get back up to the 23 and make a little bit of contact with his door. As now we clear, as now we almost clear, now we are clear, but the 13 is going to dive in low, right there on our door, as he will almost be able to clear us, as we're going to run high, as he will be able to clear us. But now we're going to go for a crossover move. I use the apron a little bit to try to pass him, as I run him all the way out the racetrack. We're side by side down the back straightaway, and I'm able to clear him, and then we get into a rhythm as we coming to take 2 to go, as the 23 is able to get right into our inside here. Just 2 more laps to go here around Richmond, as we've had a really good track all day. As the 23 is going to get into us and send us all the way up the racetrack, and that also allows the 13 to get inside and clear us, as I get right to the back bumper of the 13. But then the car gets really tight, and I go all the way up the racetrack. As now the white flag is out, as I put up for a huge block on the 99 of Ben Rhodes, as we dive into turns 1 and 2 for the final time here at Richmond Motor Speedway. As I'm trying to hold up the 99 to try to get a top 5 here today at Richmond. It was a really outstanding performance for our team. I'm not usually good here at this track, but we came in here we did really good, as we'll be finished P5 here at Richmond. As good finish today, good for the points now, as we are locked in. Good amount of fans, and we made a decent amount of money. And I just realized my mic is unmuted in the background in that clip. I knew I was hearing something. As now we're coming to Dover, I forgot to mention at the beginning. Dover is one of my favorite tracks on the NASCAR schedule to watch and to race at. And hopefully you guys won't be able to hear my microphone in the background too much, as we're going to come here to start a qualifying lap at Dover. As now we're going to dive into turns 1 and 2 here for our qualifying lap. I kind of go high a little bit, try to get out of the gas, barely hit the wall, go a little bit sideways. Didn't really do any damage, and we're still going, but I'm thinking that we're not going to be able to go now after we hit the wall. And as we come off of turn 4, hitting the wall again, but we're actually able to beat our goal and qualify P6 here for the Jakes 200 at Dover Motor Speedway. And again, I don't go through the starting grid. I never really do. It's something I don't do a lot. As we come to take the green flag here for the Jakes 200, as Clay Greenfield's car looks really fast today. Jason White starting crashing and qualifying in the backup car. And again, Stuart Friesen on pole, as he's had a lot of poles this season. As we're going to come to take the green flag. And the green flag is out. We are underway at Dover. As we're side by side here with the 98, as we're going to go 3 wide early in the race, trying to make some ground, trying to get our second win of the season. As the 98, I think that's the 98, can't really tell. The 98 right on our inside. As I just knocked down the wall there. I sent it in a little too deep. And then I go back up into the wall again, as I was all over the place at the beginning of this race. As now we get right to the back bumper of the 40 of Ross Chastain. Don't hit the wall coming out the corner this time. 6 laps to go, as I'm going to go really aggressive and make it 3 wide on the bottom and clear both of them with a really good move on my part. As now we're going to right to the back bumper of the 98, as I'm going to send it up the inside, as we're side by side coming off the corner, and I door slam him a little bit, hit him up the racetrack and clear him, as we take the lead here for the second time in our Truck Series careers. After that, we pull away as we're coming off of turns 4 here, and we're going to pick up our second career win at Dover. As great race today, as we're going to do our burnout for the second time in our Truck Series career. The burnout is always my favorite part of winning in any NASCAR game. I love doing the burnout. Really fun to do. I do kind of knock the wall down there. I usually do that all the time. Put it in reverse, and then I'm in first gear, so I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and do my special burnout now. As I smoke down the rear tires, celebrating our second career win at the Jakes 200, which I'm really happy that we got this win. As we had a lot of fun coming here. Dover's, like I said, one of my personal favorite racetracks. As really happy with the outcome today. As I burn them down one little time. As that's the end of that race. As we finished first. Good amount of money and a lot of fans. As we've gotten 2 top 10s. As we get some messages from some drivers, and I compliment them all. Don't want to make any rivals. As I choose the top 10s again, as we come to Charlotte, and I put on a pretty special paint. I put on a special paint scheme. I tried to make the paint scheme look pretty patriotic, but you can't really see it right now. You can just kind of see the red outlines. As we do hit the wall. Doesn't cause any damage, so we're fine going down the back stretch in our Charlotte qualifying lap. As we're gonna dive low into turns 3 and 4, try not to hit the wall again. And even though we still doesn't really damage the car, as we come off of the corner to beat the goal by just a little bit with a 32.043 as we qualify P6 again, which we were one from at Dover. In the exact same qualifying position. As this time I do look at the starting grid, Johnny Sauter on pole, and then I go down the order. Chandler Gray back down there, and rounding out the field is Clay Greenfield. So hoping to have a good race today. Charlotte is not one of my greatest tracks in the Cup Series. I usually run really bad here, but Joe Nemechek doesn't look like himself. The times are slower than normal. Johnny Sauter is starting on pole, and also himself had to replace transmission before the race. He is starting at the back. As we're going to start the race with the onboard camera, with the helmet cam. We get a decent launch as I shift into the gears, as now I wanted to make a move on the 51, but I decided not to. I give him a little nudge going into the corner and lose the ground. Now you can kind of see the red instead of it being yellow as I turn my mirror on. As I don't want to damage the car too early, so I kind of stay behind the 51. Then I give him a little bit of a shot. Then I give him another shot. Then I take him 3 wide, get him a little squirrely, and take him 3 wide. I get into the wall there, but it doesn't do serious damages. Now we're clear into P3. As it's only a 5-lap race, so we dive down low to the 52 of Stuart Friesen, and we hit the apron, almost clear the 52. As now we're side by side down the backstretch. Now I'm going to be able to get to the inside of the 13 truck and make the pass with ease on the 13. As after that, we pulled away and we come here and we win again, 2 in a row in the truck series. Again, 93 speed rating as we come out to do a burnout. Now you really get to see the patriotic scheme. I changed the yellow to red, and I kept the white the same, and I changed the black to yellow and the red to blue, and I changed it from the one material to glossy, and I made the rims white. So I made it a little more patriotic, red, white, and blue, and the yellow for loves. As now we burn it down for the 3rd time this season in the truck series, as it was pretty much a dominating race that we had today, and we did really good in this race, and I'm really proud of the team again for a third win of the season in back-to-back and two wins in the last 3 races. So we burned it all the way down for the fans, as now finish P3 as we get $31,000 and 150 new fans, and now we have 2,222 fans. As another guy sent me some messages, and I compliment them, get some more friends, pretty happy with that. As we come into our Xfinity hot seat race for the 6 car, the Waterbury car. I really like the car, just wish the rims were orange and not red, because the red looks weird. As we come in for our qualifying lap here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. As I'm really excited for this race, and I'm ready to have the best opportunity we've had so far for a 4-star team of JD Motorsports. As 6 car is my favorite out of all the paint schemes that they have on this team. Let me come off of turn 4 here to start a qualifying lap. And we gotta make it count, as now we dive down into turns 1 and 2 for our qualifying lap. As we go below the double yellow line, or the blue line, down the backstretch for our qualifying lap. And we're going to go and dive down into turn 3 and 4. No cuts for this qualifying lap. Wanted to make it pretty special. As we come off of turn 4, no contact with the wall or anything. As we're going to cross the line, barely beating the goal with a 31.758. As we qualify 19th for the Alsco 300 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. As Noah Gragson starting right in front of us, and Justin Haley down in 26. Not a good qualifying position for him. As here we are coming to take the green flag for our 2nd time in our Xfinity Series career. Chase Briscoe wins the pole. Our teammate Jesse Little changed his engine. He'll be starting at the back. And Austin Cindric had unapproved body modification, so he's also starting at the back. As the green flag is out, we are underway here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. As I'm really excited for this race. As I said, we're starting P18. We gained 1 spot from one of the cars starting at the back. I don't know which one. Probably Austin Cindric, as we make a little bit of contact diving in with Noah Gragson. And we stay behind him, and then we make a 3 wide coming off the corner. And already the car has some pretty decent speed. But the race was kind of a struggle, but we ended up with a pretty good finish at the end of the day. As we get right into the back bumper, almost spin the 68 around. But we pass him now, and I get right to the back bumper of the 44, Tommy Joe Martinez, with a different paint scheme. As we were up into the wall, not too bad of damage, as now The 9 car is inside, but we're going to get help from the 07 of Ray Black Jr. Now we're going to go to the bottom and try to pass the 68 of Brandon Brown, and we will. And we're also going to be able to pass the 44 of Tommy Joe Martins down the front straightaway. And after we cleared him, nothing really happened until it came down to the back stretch with just 3 to go, as I make a big run up the inside of the 21 and the 36, as I complete both of those passes and dive low to the 51, as we're side by side for P11, as we're just having a really heartfelt battle here between the 51 and myself and Ryan Sieg for 10th, as I Dorsa in the 51. I'm trying to clear him so I can get up to I can clear him for P11, as now he has Jeffrey Earnhardt in front of him, who doesn't have too much pace now, as we're going to be taking the white flag next time around. As now the 21 has gone into this battle, but now we're able to clear the 51, not enough for a crossover move for him. As now we're up to P10 here, with the white flag is out in our second hot seat race here at Charlotte, as we're right to the inside of the 39 of Ryan Sieg, as we side draft and going down into turns 1 and 2 for the final time here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. As we clear the 39 now, we just have to gain as much positions as we can before the end of this race, as we're going to dive low to the 18 car of Riley Herbst, as we send it in deep, and we're able to clear him, but we won't be able to get up to the 8 of Daniel Hemrick, so we'll come home to P8 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, which I will happily take, as I'm not usually good at this racetrack. So I'm happy that we have a good finish here today in our Xfinity hot seat. As I take a look at the finishing order there, as we finished 8th, we do get the top 20, and we're able to complete the hot seat. As now they'll keep me in mind for a ride next season. And that'll be the end of the video. I hope everybody enjoyed, as next episode we'll be going to Kansas. Or no, we won't.